Hey you guys, welcome to Localite. John Compton here. Thanks for joining me. And in the studio with me today is Jennifer Hooper McCarty, and she's a long-distance hiker, and she does these long-distance hikes. Actually, she's done them all over the world, and they're a benefit, so like a fundraiser, and so she's here to tell us all about that. So Jennifer, thanks for coming in. I understand you drove in from Portland.
I did.
So we appreciate you making the drive.
Thank you.
So, but you're used to distances, it sounds like.
I am used to distances. Yeah, I started hiking with my husband almost 10 years ago.
Okay.
And as a city girl that had never really been outside, tented, hiked at all, it was a huge experience for me to kind of get started and wet my feet a little bit and try out hiking for, over a period of days. Mm-hmm. Not just like a weekend hike, but let's say for a week. So we started doing a hike on the Wonderland Trail around Mount Rainier, and that took us 6 days, I believe.
And it's like 92 miles or something?
Yeah, 92, 93 miles. And it's a beautiful hike. It was extreme. That was extreme for me.
Yeah,
and
that'd be extreme, I think, for most of us.
But it was fantastic. And I kind of felt at the end of it that I had rose to the challenge, and I thought, okay, well, this is one of his passionate hobbies.
Your husband?
My husband.
Uh-huh.
And so I thought, well, this is fun. So I was bitten by the hiking bug.
So let's actually back up a little bit then. Why did you choose hiking for fundraising, and how did you make the two, what made you think of doing hiking and then having it be a fundraiser?
Actually, my husband met someone while hiking on the Appalachian Trail who had this idea. There was a cause that he felt very strongly about, and this other hiker was using his hike as a way to raise money for this foundation, a particular foundation. And my husband got this idea because both of us were in graduate school at that time, and so we were heavily involved in research, presumably for the public benefit, and his particular research was in the area of cancer. And so through working with the American Cancer Society, we found a camp there known as Camp Sunrise, which is a camp for kids with cancer. And by connecting what he was doing in his research sort of with the outcomes and the way that the American Cancer Society helps promote a normal lifestyle for children, we thought that them being outside and having that opportunity was sort of akin to being on the trail and hiking. So there was a connection not only with the cancer research but also with the outdoor experience.
Okay.
So he had that idea, and then we ran with that, and then over the years not only did some work with some cancer groups, but also with Ronald McDonald House, with some local grassroots organizations, and pretty much pick something different for each hike.
So the very first hike you did, you said, was Mount Rainier, and that was in 2001? Okay. Mm-hmm. And how did you end up choosing which, what benefit you were going to, who it was that you were going to raise funds for?
So we started, as I said, with American Cancer Society, and the nice thing about a larger organization is they have the means to help promote your hike, as well as
people can donate.
Right, and then reach out to a large group of people. So it starts with us choosing that group, and as it gets to a smaller and smaller organization, it becomes a little bit more difficult to make sure you're getting out the mailings and doing the marketing and that type of work. But if you're willing to put in the elbow grease to do it, it can be something that is not only beneficial to you but to the organization. So you look for something that is meaningful to you.
Okay.
So that was not only the children's things, so like Ronald McDonald House we did in Portland. We also did something for an organization in Baltimore that was for 5th grade to 8th grade girls, and that was something I thought was really important to promote activities, outdoor activities for inner city kids. So
Absolutely.
We've kind of gone from large organizations to small.
Okay. Yeah, because I want to talk to you about Jake French, which is the local connection here. We'll talk about that in a later segment. But let's go back to the hike on Mount Rainier. And so you're getting your feet wet, 92 miles. Yeah, getting my feet wet on a 92-mile hike. But what was that like? What was the camping like? What was the experience like? And did you, after you finished, almost go, I don't know if I really quite sure I want to do this, or you knew you wanted to do it after that?
I think the interesting part is during the hike, you are constantly being challenged, and it's not just a physical challenge. Of course, there's a lot of up and down, there's a lot of climbing involved as you go around Mount Rainier. So there's a lot of physical challenge, but the mental challenge is, I don't think I can get up tomorrow. I'm wet and I'm cold. You know, the hiking is in, you know, is in maybe in the rain or the snow. The sleeping could be in you know, in some kind of precipitation or just plain cold. You wake up the next morning and you think, I can't do this. And you're hiking all day. You hike from 6 or 7 in the morning until maybe 5 or 6 at night. You take, you know, breaks for rest, but also lunch. But you're pretty much hiking all day, and you feel mentally like you know, it's too taxing. So for me, that was the challenge. Every day was, I don't think I can do this. And there was one point when I said, wait a minute, I'm feeling really good today. And I remember calling out to my husband, you know, who was you know, right there with me. I said, I think I can do this. I think I can do a bigger hike than this. And just at that moment, I tripped and I fell forward, and I like cracked my knee on a rock, and I fell over. And we laugh now because at that moment of hubris, I said, oh, I can do this. Fell over.
Went down. Did you end up?
I was fine.
You were fine. It was just
swollen. I got over it, but I guess the point was, every day I overcame some small challenge until the end. You know, we're on the plane coming home. I said, that was fantastic because I challenged myself, I pushed through it, and I felt great at the end.
Yeah.
So I think I was hooked at that point.
Well, I want to talk about some of your overseas hikes, and one in particular, and then also we'll talk about Jake French when we come back. So you guys stick with us. Jennifer Hooper McCarty is on the show, and she's discussing her long-distance hikes and the way that she raises funds for people in need. So stick with us. We'll be right back.